7. For the earth which drinketh in the rain that cometh off upon it, and bringeth forth herbs, meat for them by whom it is dressed, receiveth blessing from God.
God, go ahead.
But that which beareth thorns and briars is rejected.
But that, see, because that's what they're bringing, thorns and briars, and they will be rejected. Go ahead and read.
And it is not unto cursing, whose end is to be burned.
Because that is going to be their end. They are going to burn. You get in this thing and walk away from it. The Lord is requiring much from you.
That's right.
Much given is much required, sisters and brothers.
That's right.
You better think about it. Go ahead and read.
But beloved, we are persuaded better things of you, and things that accompany salvation, though we thus speak.
Go ahead.
For God is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love.
Because the Lord ain't going to forget what you're doing. Because there's a reward for walking in this light, sisters and brothers. A good reward.
Right.
Go ahead and read.
Which ye have showed toward his name, and that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister.
Because the Lord, he got something in store for you, sisters and brothers. Let's go to 1 Thessalonians 5. You know, the Lord just ain't going to just how you walk on this earth, walking in righteousness. You're going to get rewarded for your walk, man. Because you are the children of light.
That's right. That's right.
1 Thessalonians 5, and we're going to pick it up at verse 4. 1 Thessalonians 5 and 4. When you get there, 1 Thessalonians 5 and verse 4. We almost there, y'all. 1 Thessalonians 5 and 4. Go ahead and read.
But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief.
You know, you ain't in darkness. You ain't going to let that overtake you. No. I ain't let nothing take away my salvation. Ain't nothing worth my salvation.
That's right.
Like I said, I've been doing this thing for a while now. And the Lord is showing me more and more every day. And I thank God for my teachers that's showing me. You understand? So I won't be taken. Go ahead and read.
Ye are all the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night, nor of darkness.
So you are the children of the light. Go ahead and read.
Therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober.
And always got your eye on the prize. Be sober. You know, the Lord didn't say you couldn't drink, but that's a good thing if you don't.
That's right.
But you got to be sober, man.
That's right.
Go ahead and read.
For they that sleep, sleep in the night. And they that be drunken are drunken in the night.
Go ahead.
But let us, who are of the day, be sober, put it on the breastplate of faith and love.
Go ahead.
And for an helmet, the hope of salvation.
You know, put on the helmet of hope of salvation, because that is why we walk in the light.
That's right.
Because we are hoping for salvation, sisters and brothers. When we going to get this salvation, it's going to be the day of the Lord.
That's right.
Let's go look at the day of the Lord. Let's go to Zechariah, the 14th chapter. See how it's going to be. Because there's a reward for walking in the light, sisters and brothers. And I'm looking forward to it. I hope and pray that we all make it. Because I know if we all make it, that means we all was walking upright before God and walking in His light. Hope all God's servants make it in the kingdom. Zechariah 14. Zechariah 14, and we're going to pick it up at verse 1. Look at the day of the Lord. 14 and 1.
Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, and thy spoil shall be divided in the midst of thee.
Skip down to verse 3 and read.
Then shall the Lord go forth and fight against those nations as when he fought in the day of battle.
Because we're talking about the day of the Lord, right? Go ahead and read.
And his feet shall stand in that day upon the Mount of Olives.
In other words, he's just going to do what he said, the angel said he's going. Because when Jesus left this earth, he left from Mount Olive, right?
That's right.
And the angel said, hey, you men of Galilee, why are you gazing up in the heaven?
That's right.
That same Jesus who went up on the cloud, he's going to come back down in like manner. And where were they at? They were on Mount Olive. So when the Lord returned, he is going to put his foot on Mount Olive. Because the Lord, he's going to establish his kingdom on this earth. He tell you that throughout the scriptures. Go ahead and read.
Which is before Jerusalem on the east, and the Mount of Olives shall cleave in the midst thereof toward the east and toward the west, and there shall be a very great valley. And half of the mountain shall remove toward the north, and half of it toward the south.
So we know this is yet future, sisters and brothers. Because you go over there and you see Mount Olive, it's all intact, right? Ain't no split. It's solid. Go ahead and read.
And ye shall flee to the valley of the mountains, for the valley of the mountains shall reach into Azal. Yea, ye shall flee like as ye fled from before the earthquake in the days of Uzziah, king of Judah. And the Lord my God shall come.
And the Lord going to come, and who going to be with him?
And all the saints with him.
And all the saints going to come with him.
That's right.
So you're going to have Lord, he coming on Mount Olive. And then you're going to have all those that was walking in the light, they going to come with us. Right. Go ahead and read.
6. And it shall come to pass in that day that the light should not be clear nor dark. But it shall be one day which shall be known to the Lord.
Go ahead.
Not day nor night. But it shall come to pass that at evening time it shall be light.
Because it's going to be light all the time. And there's a reason for that. We're going to show you. Go ahead and read.
And it shall be in that day that living waters shall go out from Jerusalem, half of them toward the former sea, and half of them toward the hinder sea. In summer and in winter shall it be. And the Lord shall be king over all the earth.
And the Lord going to be king over all the earth. Go ahead and read.
In that day shall there be one Lord.
And let's see how it's going to be. Let's go to Isaiah 2. Let's see what's going to happen. What's going to go forth from Jerusalem? Isaiah 2. Isaiah 2. Lord ain't going to do nothing different.
That's right. That's right.
You got to walk in these laws now, and we're going to see what you're going to do when he bring the king, when he come and set up his kingdom. Isaiah 2, and we're going to pick it up at verse 1. Isaiah 2 and verse 1. When you get there, go ahead and read.
The word that Isaiah the son of Amos saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem.
Go ahead.
And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains.
So when he's going to establish the house? When he returns.
Right.
Go ahead and read.
And shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it.
And everybody going to come up to Jerusalem. Go ahead and read.
And many people shall go and say, Come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the God of Jacob. And he will teach us of his ways.
And the first thing he's going to do, he's going to teach you his ways. He's going to show you what you should do. Go ahead and read.
And we will walk in his path. For out of Zion shall go forth the law.
So what's going to come out of Zion?
The law.
You know what? That law. Them same laws you are keeping now. Go ahead and read.
And the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people. And they shall beat their swords into plowshares.
You know, it ain't going to be no war no more.
And their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war.
And they ain't going to even learn war no more. But who's going to be the light? Because the sun is going to be, the moon going to be red. Sun going to go down. Let's go see what happens. Who's going to be the light? 5.
Verse 5. O house of Jacob, come ye, and let us walk in the light of the Lord.
And then you're going to walk in the light, because you're going to walk back in the law, and you're going to walk back in the judgment. But then, let's see who's going to be the light thereof. Let's go, because Israel, when when the Lord bring Israel back in the land, the Lord is going to exalt you. You might be going through some things now, but when the Lord returns, he's going to exalt his people. Let's look at it, because he's going to be the light. Let's go to Isaiah 60. You know, because you know us, some nations are treating Israel real bad now. And the Lord is looking at it all.
Yes, he is.
He's looking at it. They ain't getting away. They're getting bad, but they are not getting away. Isaiah 60 and 14. Go ahead and read.
The sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come binding unto thee.
And they're going to bend unto you. Go ahead and read.
And all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet. And they shall call thee the city of the Lord, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel. Whereas thou hast been forsaken and hated, so that no man went through thee, I will make thee an external excellency, a joy of many nations. Thou shalt also suck the milk of the Gentiles.
See, the Lord, he's going to set Israel up.
That's right.
He's going to do this for his people. Go ahead and read.
And shall suck the breast of kings. And thou shalt know that I, the Lord, am thy Savior and thy Redeemer, the mighty one of Jacob.
Because the Lord, he coming to redeem Israel. That's why